If you want to understand what's really happening in business right now, don't start with headlines. Start with the patterns. Because under the noise, 5 data-driven shifts are telling the story of where companies are winning, where they're struggling, and what's changing next. In this video, I'll break down 5 angles that explain business today in a way that's actually useful, not just interesting. The first big pattern is that consumers haven't disappeared. They've become more deliberate. That matters because it changes everything from pricing to product design. People are still willing to spend, but they want clear value, convenience, and confidence. You can see this in how brands with simple, obvious benefits are outperforming more complicated offerings. If your product saves time, removes friction, or reduces risk, that's a stronger pitch today than premium for its own sake. A concrete example: a subscription service with flexible cancellation may outperform one with a slightly lower price but more hassle. The mechanism is simple. When uncertainty is high, people pay for ease and control. The second angle is the return of efficiency. But this is not just about slashing budgets. Companies are using data, automation, and AI to do more with the same team. The useful part here is not that technology is everywhere. It's that businesses are learning where technology actually creates leverage. For example, a small sales team can use AI to draft outreach, summarize calls, and surface leads faster. That doesn't replace the team, it increases output per employee. Mechanically, that means fewer repetitive tasks, faster decision-making, and more time spent on high-value work. In practice, the winners are the companies that use tools to compress cycle time, not just reduce headcount. Third, money is still moving, but it's moving differently. Investors and executives are favoring businesses with predictable revenue, strong margins, and clear paths to profitability. That's why subscription models, essential services, and recurring revenue businesses often look more attractive than hype-driven growth stories. The reason is simple. In uncertain markets, predictability gets rewarded. A concrete example: if 2 startups grow at the same rate, the one with better retention and less customer churn is usually more valuable. Why? Because the market trusts the future revenue more, so if you're building a business, the lesson is not just grow, it's make your growth dependable. The fourth trend is in talent. Hiring has become more selective, and companies are looking for people who can do multiple things well, not just one thing narrowly. This is useful to understand because it changes how organizations are structured. Teams are leaner, roles are broader, and execution matters more than title. For individuals, the opportunity is to build a skill stack: strategy plus communication, or operations plus data, or design plus product thinking. For businesses, that means one strong generalist can sometimes replace 2 fragmented roles, especially when paired with good tools and systems. The final angle is maybe the most underestimated. Trust is now a measurable business advantage. When customers have endless options, they default to brands they already trust, or companies that make trust visible through reviews, transparency, and consistency. This matters because trust lowers acquisition costs and increases conversion. If people believe your company is reliable, they need less persuasion to buy. A simple example: a B2B company with clear case studies, transparent pricing, and strong social proof can often outperform a competitor with a flashier website but weaker credibility. So when you zoom out, business today is being shaped by 5 forces: more selective consumers, a new focus on efficiency, capital chasing certainty, higher hiring standards, and trust becoming a competitive moat. And the real takeaway is this: the companies that understand these shifts aren't just reacting to the market, they're designing around it. 5 data-driven angles that explain what's happening in business today is just one small part of business statistics. If you're interested, our full free business statistics course is linked in the description.